Hello, everybody. Justin here with Thayer & Sons Lawn Services. We have an exciting video coming for you today. We are going to be putting together this right here. This is a welding table from Vevor that I ordered off of Amazon. Now, I am not affiliated with Vevor. I have a few other products, and I like quite a bit of the stuff that they make. I got plenty of more products that I want to purchase in the future and review. But today we are going to take this welding table here, and we're going to put it together and level it all up and see what it looks like and see how it functions. So without any further ado, let's get after it. All right. Here we have it. Let's clear my small bench area off here, and we'll get this up here and we'll unbox it. Oh. Get this out of the way. Now, this is their I want to say I can't remember the exact dimensions off the top of my head, but I will post a video somewhere here, or not a video, but a diagram, or not a diagram, I guess. I will post a picture of it here, and then we can dive into this and we'll see what we think. Voila, that's pretty nicely packaged. I'll give them that. It's got this nice cover on it, and it's saran wrapped or cellophane very well. I'm excited. I've wanted a table like this for a long time. I had a really big welding table that I built a long time ago. This table over here, they were using it as just a small fab table off in a corner, and they didn't want it anymore because it was made out of scrap leftover material. So I took it and there's our legs. I took it and brought it home because I didn't have a table to do anything on, and with all the carburetors and stuff that I cleaned doing small engine repair and everything. So the feet, and those are leveling feet, which is awesome. And I like the fact that this ain't too big and it's not terribly inconvenient to work with. Nice little top though. So there's the hardware. So let's go here. All right, got the instructions. Let's get all this stuff out of here. Okay. Some more pieces. Oh yeah. This can be super nice having the holes and everything. Okay. Where did I put there's my razor blade. Okay. get this bad boy out of here. Okay. Oh, those are nice little corner protectors. Oh, that sucks. That one broke. Maybe I can glue it back together. These would just be nice to have for if you're moving stuff around. All right. Full. We'll have to see how thick the top is. Okay. Get this stuff out of here. It's that wax paper with all that oil and stuff on it. Grungy stuff, but hey, if it protects it from rust and going overseas in a shipping container, that, by golly, is what we have to do. All right, let me clean this cardboard up. There be our top, which I don't have a whole lot of room here in the garage. I'm kind of refined to my space, and I have to do what I have to do. So for now, this is just a temporary solution to a temporary problem. All right, so bag of nuts and bolts. Instructions are for pedestal feet. And this thing is actually pretty cool because it's even nice enough. It comes with clamps. Oop, let's take a look at here. So, yeah, there's some cheapo clamps, but they do come with clamps. So you get this style clamp. I mean, they're we'll have to see. We'll have to open one all the way up and measure it and see how long the throat is on it. You're not going to be able to clamp anything down huge by any means with these or anything like that. I have bigger ones for that, but just to have one's nice. So these are about a 5.5 inch long stroke. Let's say 5, just to keep the threads in until they're flush here. So at 5.5, you could fit something right at 5.5 in there, and that'd be about your limit with these clamps. Come with a slag hammer, and then it came with clamping plates. That's actually really cool. So, and then they have little square tube plates. So it says V-shaped gasket, but I believe these are so you can clamp, so you can set something and clamp something down like that. They need a little bit of cleanup. They got a little bit of metal still on them from when they plasmed them out on a table, on a plasma cutter. But hey, just to be able to have that so you can, clamp something down. 2-well plate, 5-well plate, slag hammer, fixture clamps, and then there's all the hardware and stuff. All your legs. So yeah, Okay. They brought you all this stuff. Typically, they even give you the tools to put it together, but I guess not today. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get into putting this together. Let's clear this stuff off real quick. We're gonna have to try these clamps out and put them to the test. I'll bring you guys in here as soon as I get this picked up, and we'll get to bolting stuff down. Okay. Our bag of hardware. All right. Let's go like this, and we'll open up our hardware. Actually, yeah, there we go. We got some flush head Phillips cap screws that are gonna go flush in with the top when we put our main structure in underneath. So, alrighty. Let's get you in a little closer. All right, here we go. Those are two of our legs. I believe these are our under pieces. So yes, I believe that goes there. Yes, that is correct. Those go there, and then one here and one here. Yep. Okay. Just like so. All right. So we have 6, 8, 10. We have 10 total screws that screw these top ones on. We'll get them in loosely. And then we can go from there. So yes, there's 10 of them and then 10 of the nuts. So let's count them out real quick. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, 10 of them, and then 10 of these. And let's see what we got here. Now we'll put all this together loosely first. So yeah. Okay, so essentially all the tools you're going to need are a, what is this? This is a large Phillips. Yeah, a large Phillips, a 14 millimeter wrench, a crescent wrench if you want, and a 14 millimeter socket on an impact or on a ratchet. You don't need power tools to put this together by any means. It's pretty simple. But these screws are M8 by 10, and so are the nuts are M8. So we'll lift this up here just to get this started. Go like this, and start this. I kind of wish they would have thrown in some lock washers or something in that nature to help hold this together. But we might go back around and dab a little bit of Loctite on everything, because you know you're going to grind and do all that stuff and make a lot of vibration, and the last thing you need is this thing coming apart. So trying to see, does it say how? Does not say how thick the top is. We're gonna have to measure that. I have a metal gauge here that came with my Hobart welder. We'll measure this when we get it set up right and see what we think. Move this off to the side for right now. Actually, I'm gonna go like this. Since that sits bigger on there, I'll set this over here and use that as my workbench. Ta-da! Now you can see what I be doing. All right. So if I didn't say, this is the, does it give me a Vevor welding table, model 800-pound-1. It is a model 800LB-1. It's supposed to have an 800-pound capacity. We'll probably test that out. I got a pretty heavy-duty skid loader bucket. We might pick that up and set it on top of it in here, or just outside in the driveway, and see how it goes. See if it'll hold it. I mean, the only way to know is to find out, and I guess if we have to, we can always return it. But I'm hoping that's not the case. Another one that I want to try out here before too long is I would like to go to Harbor Freight and get one of their little collapsible ones. I've seen them there, and I've seen a lot of other people use them. So I'd like to get one of them, so that way if you have to go, because if you have to use it somewhere else, you know, you can take it on the go, and then potentially even have a little vise to take with you that you could quick mount to it. So if you need a vise or anything like that, you know, you can do that. All right. So if you guys have used this particular model or anything like that, or have used anything else from the Vevor, let me know. I would love to see what you guys are using and how you're making do with what you got. This thing was really reasonably priced. So that was another reason why I bought it. Okay, I was like, I am putting it together right. How would that be if you were supposed to put it together like this and you had it all wrong? But I don't think it would fit like that. That makes, yeah, they can't overlap. Or start putting it together wrong on accident. But I'm not very good at reading instructions, so not very good reading at all. I like pictures, preferably colorful ones, so, you know. And then I'll have to show you guys my other contraption that I built today off camera. I just kind of got ahead of myself, and while I was cleaning the garage, I wanted to build an oil catch device so that way I don't have a million different buckets laying around half full of oil or full of oil. I can just do that and then see if I can get somebody local to come pump it out for me, because I can take my apparatus off the top of it. All right, so there's the beginning of your frame structure. And now we're going to get into our legs, I believe. So there's two. Here's the other two and some cross supports. Wow, that's pretty neat. So they put their logo on the bottom of it, and it says Vevor, tough tools, half price. That's pretty awesome. I kind of dig that. So that must, oh, that's going to be a cross member. I do like that. It's going to have a nice little shelf underneath. I'll have to cut me a piece of, hopefully I find me another small piece of steel and go from there, and then put that in the bottom, because I think there is a shelf. I believe so. When you're all done, there's a shelf. Yes, there is. That's going to be extremely helpful. We're going to have to do a little bit of modification, because I want to make it so I can store my clamps and everything else. Ideally, I would like to put some stuff on this. So add another little bracket, so that way I can hang, you can hang all your clamps on it and stuff. And I'd like to put casters on the bottom of it so I can roll it around instead of having to pick it up and slide it around. I mean, it's not very heavy, but my garage floor here is pretty smooth. So, if you can just roll it around, and be nice to roll it out of your way when you don't need it or anything like that. I'm curious to see how high it is, because if this will roll under my other workbench, man, that's going to be perfect. It's exactly what I was wanting to do with it, which is fine. That'll work just fine. I'm excited though. I think this is gonna be a nice little addition to the garage, and even if it's the same height as the table, at least then I can put them together and have a larger table for temporary, which will be fine too. Sometimes you need a larger surface area to work. So I'll take it either way. Another thing I thought about doing is, if I like this enough, I'll buy another one and put them together. And then you'll have, because what is this right off the top of my head? So it's just shy of 3 foot by 2 foot by 3 foot. So you could make a 4 foot by 6 foot table. 4 foot by 3 foot table. And, you know, you could even use some of these gussets that came with it to temporarily bolt it together, or even tack weld it together, so you can utilize it as one surface, which I think would be pretty all right. But we'll have to see. Some of our others, we'll get our legs, all of our legs bolted up. Should go like this. All right. Duh, I got nuts right here. We'll see how strong this hardware is as soon as I go to hitting it with the little 1/4-inch drive impact. But we'll see. All right. Not too shabby. There's all 4 legs. Let's see. We'll split the difference. We'll go right in the middle for height there. I guess I could go down and give me more space. That's what we'll do. We'll go to the bottom. We'll go to the bottom. I think that'll be just fine for what we want to do. Let's take these out of the bags. Oop, bottom. Remember. Oh. Dropped it. Found it. Okay. Let's see here. This started. All right. Got that one. Got this one. Okay. Let's get you tilted back up here, and we'll spin you around. Spin you around. Okay. Whoop. Best flip it over. Got to make sure everything stays the same. Oh, I need a drink. Not an alcoholic one, just some water. I'll have to get some out of the fridge here in a minute. I don't drink very often or very much. But I do like to have a whiskey and Coke, or a beer every now and again. Kind of settles the nerves and stuff like that. But I'm not much of a drinker. Couldn't even call me a social drinker. Come on there, stinker. Flip it over and try the other side. Nope. That one might have some of nature's Loctite on it. Might just get cross-threaded. Or it's the nut's bad. Let's see. Yep, it's just that nut. Interesting. I'm guessing these go on the inside. Let's see if it shows me. Nope. Yeah, I'm pretty positive they go on the inside here. Or do they? There. But that definitely is better. We're going to go on the outside. We're going to wave on the side of caution. And yeah, we're going to go on the outside. So just like that. Now, there is holes on the bottom to bolt the rails together here. And they'll be here and stuff like that. But I don't really know if we need that per se. Because once you get this all put together, I want to put not a piece of plywood, but another piece of thin steel down here and be able to drill holes and bolt that in. Will be really nice, I think, and definitely be a big help to stiffening this thing up. I mean, it's going to be pretty good as it is. I don't know that I like that. I think I have some stainless washers that would look real nice on these. Yeah, I definitely think. Yeah, that's going to look a whole lot nicer. We're going to go with that. So if you do have, or you would like to, I would recommend definitely some washers for the outside of it, because those holes are awfully big, and that the head of that essentially wants to fall in there. And at that point, you might as well just put some washers on it just to prevent that from happening. You know, the inside holes are smaller, so, and the nuts obviously a little on the larger side. Whoop, where'd it go? Right there. Found it. So yeah, the the nut's a little on the larger side. So yeah, if you have some washers or some extra washers or anything laying around and you'd like to use that, I would definitely recommend it. It'll help all the way around structurally too. Helps pinch everything in place. And I don't think you'll be disappointed or regret your decision in the slightest. So, yeah. So today is Thursday. I'm kind of curious as to see what everybody's got going on for the weekend. So bleep bloop it down in the comments and tell me what you got going on. And we've got basketball Saturday and wrestling Sunday. So that's my typical weekends this time of year are spent next to the court or next to the mat. Found out that my boy wants to go to state wrestling this year. So in Iowa here, if you're in pre-K to second grade, you can go without having to qualify for state, as long as you've obviously wrestled so many tournaments, I believe. So we'll have to see how that goes. And if you guys are in Iowa and correct me if I'm wrong. Heck, we'll be over in Waterloo in February for that. So heck, if you guys see me or if you recognize me or anything like that, I mean, feel free to stop and talk to me. But if I'm rushing to get to a mat for my boy, I'll try to catch up with you later. But we'll be busy. So I'll probably talk about it again when we get closer to that time. What? Oh, okay. That definitely squeezes them down in there. I can tell you that. Oh, I was afraid of that. Oh. Well, that one's not happy. So let's try number 2. Just got to be a little easier on them. If this works out to be something really nice, I'll sit and dig through my bolt bin and we'll go through and tighten everything up for sure. Oh, better. Whoa. Didn't mean to get that aggressive with it. All right, 1, 2. Get these replaced down here real quick and snug them up, and then we'll get to the other ones and we'll put the feet on and see about getting her leveled up. See how square it is. I'll have to find it, but I have a big drywall square, and we'll lay that on the top of it and see how true it is. But for what I'm gonna do, I mean, it should be plenty all right. I think I'm gonna have just enough washers, which is awesome. And like I said, guys, I'm not sponsored by Vevor. Man, that would be awesome. So, yeah, if you guys share this or anything like that, tag them. I would love a Vevor sponsorship. I'd do all kinds of reviews on their stuff. But I got to be able to review it honestly. And if that's what it means is purchasing it and reviewing it that way I can be fair and honest and unbiased, though that's what I'll do, because I don't believe in doing things halfway. If that's what it's going to take, then if that's what it's going to take, then I'll purchase everything and go from there. But like I said, I know not all of their products are perfect, but at this day and age, everything is so expensive. And I mean, I like to purchase local and USA made when I can, but right now I can't afford it. And I'm trying to make budget-minded videos for budget-minded people. So if this is what I have to do to make that happen, this is what I have to do to make that happen for now. And that's what we'll do. Well, I'm gonna have to loosen that one up over there. I'm not liking the way a little bit of this is sitting, so we'll have to address that. But I think the washers are a nice touch. Definitely helps add to the aesthetic and making it more user friendly. Sure I didn't forget nothing. Okay. Whoop. Got a little happy with the impact there. Let's see here. I don't know if there we go. That'll be better. Oh, there. We'll just use one of these. There. Yeehaw. Got one more to do over here. Okay. There. Let's try to clampolate these down. There we go. That's better. Ta-da! There. That looks mighty nice. We'll get these feet put on. Oh, are they threaded? Or are they? No, they've got stuff in them. Okay. Oh, I could put another, if I could find another nut, I could use that. But for right now, we'll just do it this way. Like I said, I think I got some casters laying around. Those feet aren't, the feet aren't very square, as you'd say. So that's a shortcoming. I'll show you. I'll get up nice and close in here and I'll show you guys that. I don't know if you can see it from where you're at, but every one of these right here in the corners is tipped up just a little bit and this needs brought down, that needs brought up, and yeah, so that's a shortcoming. They should have tacked it right here on the outside and then brought it back down flush, and that would have helped that out tremendously. But that's why we're here finding out. But you know, the nice part is if you're buying a metal fabrication table like this, 9 chances out of 10 you got a welder, and you can fix that in the future. But right now we're reviewing it as it is, and we'll make changes and modifications to it as we go to make it fit our needs. So, yep, that's the plan anyway. Let me oh, that's probably way too, yeah. So that is a 3/4 or 19 millimeter for those. So we're gonna grab a 19. And, yo. There we go. There we go. All right. That's just so we can tip it up without it flexing or moving on us. And then we'll get it set down on the ground here, hopefully shortly. Well, it's going to fit on there rather quite perfectly. Okay. There we go. So, go like this now. Okay. Ooh. We're gonna. I didn't notice that. This side ain't terrible, but we're gonna have to loosen that up just a little bit because we're bowing that plate. Looks like the damage is already done, but we can fix that. We might just have to, who knows? Whoop. Maybe we'll just take the time and weld it all together. A little tack here and a little tack there, a little tack here, a little tack everywhere. We'll do that and see how it see how it does. Huh. Okay. There. That looks all right. This looks all right. See how square it is. See how square these are. Not bad actually. When you tighten it all up and snug it all up, it's not terrible. No, it's not terrible at all. I got a little bit of light over here, but that's nothing to be concerned about. I have no qualms. So let's get back to tightening these bad boys up because those other corners are pretty good. And okay, there it be. All right. So, yeah, not terrible. Not terrible. Let's get some of our stuff picked up real quick, and then we'll put it where I want to put it and see how it looks. We'll just check it with a nice thick piece of angle iron. She dips in the middle about 1/8 of an inch. So it could use a center support. But hey, that's not what we're here to find out. I mean, it's not perfect. You could put another heavier duty support in here down the middle, and it would probably be perfect. Yeah, or this way, vice versa, something just to bring the middle up just a little bit. Everything's tight, so this is just naturally bowed that way. It's, yeah, right here in the center, it's got a little bit of a dip in it. Let's see. I'll bring you guys back here in just a little bit. Okay, everybody, we're back. I have the forks on. I'm going to pick it up by the ears, and we're going to set it down on this table and see if it collapses. If it does, well, it definitely failed the test. If it doesn't, we're going to continue to use it and torture test it and see what else we can do with it. Hopefully make some useful additions and everything like that. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get to it. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know about you guys. Leave it down in the comments. You think it's, before I get to it, you think it's gonna crush as soon as I put it down on there? You think it's gonna hold it for a few minutes? I'm gonna set the bucket down on it, and I'm gonna back up, set it down, shut this off, and we're gonna talk about it. Well, that was not what I wanted to happen. It got a little bit of, got a little away from me there. That bucket weighs approximately 350 to 400 pounds. I don't know. It's a 60-inch Bobcat bucket. I mean, it's holding it. It's doing it, but it is not happy about it. I mean, as you can see, I can wiggle it around and do all that stuff. It's not happy, but it's doing it. It didn't fall over. It didn't do anything like that. This is definitely going to be something that we weld together here very, very soon, and which will immensely solid it up. So yeah, maybe I should have put them bolts in the bottom of the cross braces. That may have stiffened it up enough for it not to shift the way it did, but too late now. Well, we'll take her back off and set her back down where she belongs, and we'll get everything in the garage, and we'll talk about it some more. Okay, everybody, let's draw our conclusion. For the price, which let me grab my other cellular device that's strictly connected to Wi-Fi, so I can play music through my speaker and still do this. Make videos, because I make videos with my good phone. Let's see here. Get on the old Jungle website. All right, so this table right here. Well, shoot. I didn't see the other one on here. There's another one that's 40 by 24 with casters on it for just a touch more than this, and it has a whole bunch of other stuff. Well, that's kind of a bummer. So they have this one, and they have some other features for it too, but it doesn't come with the clamps and everything. So our Vevor 800 welding table was $125. Well, it was a little more than that after shipping and tax. So far, I mean, I set that bucket down on it a little rough. It's not perfectly flat, but that's okay. For what it's going to be used for, I think it'll do just fine. I think I might come from here and make a couple cross braces down to these holes and get rid of this piece here so I can sit underneath of it and work on small stuff. But I'm going to have to take this and get it all straightened back up and squared and go in and tack weld or stitch weld everything together and make it a whole lot sturdier than what it is. I'll even stitch weld the top to the angle across here. And yeah, that'll be a whole lot nicer. So but for now, I think it'll be all right. This would be great. I mean, this would be ideal for a beginner because it comes with the clamps and the extra stuff and everything like that. And you can buy the little clamps that sit down in here and lock in and everything like that. And for somebody just trying to figure this out, this would be ideal for them. And then with it being a welding table, you know, you cut a piece of plywood to fit over the top of this, and it's a welding table and a workbench. You don't have to worry about stuff dropping through the holes or even another super thin plate of steel just to go over the top of it. Just some, some 14 or 16 gauge to go over top of this would be perfect. Ideally, and you could do whatever you wanted. Or you could find yourself a piece of quarter and use this, because I believe these are 1/2-inch holes, or maybe a touch bigger. And you could take the time and mark them all out and drill them all out and use this for your shelf down here and put the piece of 1/4-inch up here. Or maybe you don't want the holes and you have an extra piece of quarter that's about this size. You could slap that right on top of here. So you set this on top of your piece of plate, mark your holes, drill your holes, set it on there, bolt it down, or reuse these bolts, because there's still another 1/4-inch of thread underneath there. I mean, you can put a piece of 1/4-inch in here pretty easily And then you can drill the holes out and chamfer them so that way these set down in there flush are just a little bit lower. You know, whatever floats your boat. And hey, you've got a pretty nice little sturdy table. And I may do that yet if I can find me a nice piece of 1/4 inch that's about this size. I may very well do that. I don't necessarily need the holes, but we'll have to see and go from there and see what it takes. But we're going to use it. If there's anything you guys want to know, any questions, anything like that, anything you want me to try testing, I know we're not going to do any welding on it today, but my time's getting pretty close here, and I promised I would go get my kids early so they could have some time before to do what they want to do before practice tonight. So yeah, that's my conclusion. I think it's pretty reasonable for what it is, especially for the price point. Like I said, little bit of work. I think I'm going to leave the top alone bolted down the way it is, but I'm definitely going to go through and I'm going to stitch this frame all together. So that way it's a whole lot more sturdy. I don't think they just don't use the right hardware and the China stuff. This probably would have been a lot better if I would have sat there and dug through all my nuts and bolts and everything like that and dug out all the hardware I had. That was probably 3/8, and I put this together with all 3/8 grade 5 hardware with flat washers and everything like that. This probably wouldn't even budged, honestly. You know, so it has more clamping force. But we put it together with the hardware it has, or with the hardware that came with it. I added washers because I didn't feel comfortable, because these holes are big enough. This tries to slip down in there. And yeah, that just, I couldn't do it. With this being overlapped and doubled in here, I felt pretty comfortable using the nuts on the inside, but I don't know what kind of grade this is, but it's not even, these aren't even grade 5. I should not be able to strip this out that easy with my 1/4 inch impact. Yeah, I shouldn't have been able to do that and it was only on 2. I didn't even have it turned up. So yeah, if you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you'd like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we've got some more stuff coming to review and do all that stuff. And I'm pretty excited. So yeah, without any further ado, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you don't see me again until next week or whatever, have a good week. Have a good rest of your week. Happy Friday. And have a good weekend. And we'll catch you on the next one.